Yo, 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 what's up? I go by the name of Joe Friday, and you are now welcome to the Sportscast Read and React, where we read and you react. Uh, we've been out for a minute, but we back now. We're gonna have a good show for y'all tonight, and I hope every one of y'all enjoy, comment, share, like, and subscribe. We're gonna have a good time, so let's get into it. So, uh, updates on me. I've been I got hitched over the weekend.
Air
And,
horn.
yeah, so I'm in a new space, so you might see a calmer version of me tonight, but we still gonna have fun. So that's what's going on with me. Let's move on to Brown. How you been?
Man, been good, man. Just living, working,
Good.
taking care of this beautiful baby girl. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful. Congrats to you. Salute to you.
I
Let's
appreciate
get
it,
it.
brother.
Hmm.
Good deal. And what's up with you, Vaughn? How you been?
And same old, man, same old. Chilling like a villain in a Disney movie, man. Playing the devil's advocate here. So
Are you ready to
excited
get
be
into
back.
it tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm excited to be back, and let's get it.
Good deal. And last but not least, the most controversial person on the show. What's up with you, Stat?
Hey, what's good, man? You know, it's your boy Stack City from the Trip 4.
Hey.
And I'm here to give the people what they pay for.
Good deal.
If the
Good
debate
deal.
break out, then it's still all love. But you know how I do. I'm collecting them dubs. What's up,
Right.
good people? Hey,
I might have
congrats.
something to say about that.
Huh? You say you gonna have something to say about it?
Might have something to say about that. Let's get
Hey,
into
let's
it.
get it on. Let's get it on, brother. Let's get it on. Yeah, but anyway, glad to see you guys. Like he said, Friday. Been a minute. Well, it feels like it's been a minute, but it really only been a week. But a
It
lot
hadn't
has
been that
happened.
long. Hadn't been that
A
long,
lot
but it
has
feels
happened
like
in
it.
your week. In your week, a lot has happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it probably feel like a while, for you.
Yes.
But once again, congratulations. Glad
Yes,
to
sir.
see my boy Brown, my brother Vaughn. Here we go. Hey, listen, to
Cool.
start off the show with the very first question, I have my own thoughts and opinions, but I'll go last.
Mhm.
But tell me this. Out of the three main rookie quarterbacks, the three most talked about rookie quarterbacks from the 2023 class, all right, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, and Bryce Young. Which one is the best so far? Through week 2,
Awesome.
going into week 3, which one do you think is the best so far? Brown, you want to go ahead and kick it off for us?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. I'm gonna go with my guy Anthony Richardson, the same guy I said was gonna be the best from the jump. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This guy right here, like, I mean, well, he got a dub, first of all. I mean, he started the game that they got a dub. You know what I mean? So I feel like the guy, 279, you know what I'm saying? That's the amount of yards he threw for. You know, he got 13 rushes for 75 yards. Like, but the main thing, like, his completion percentage is the highest of those three. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so, like, he's taking the least amount of sacks out of those three. And at the end of the day, like, my man making plays. He got 3 rushing touchdowns. He accounted for 4 total touchdowns. The other guys have accounted for 4 total, between them. You know what I mean? So I feel like my guy Anthony Richardson is just kind of like taking it to another level. He's only taken 4 sacks. Like, CJ Stroud has taken 11 sacks so far, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bryce Young, 6. Like, them boys gotta stay upright. Anthony Richardson, one thing about him, he tries like to extend that play. He's a big guy. So it's harder to take him down at the end of the day. So, I mean, just to bring the point home, like, he's got a 43.6% QBR. The other guys are sitting at 35 and a half for Bryce, 35.9 for CJ Stroud. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end, I mean, one last thing, like, CJ Stroud is like throwing the ball so much, like, so he really ain't got a chance. He's dropping back like ridiculously at a ridiculous level for a rookie. And so they're not protecting him with their run game at all. Damian Pierce is non-existent. So, he kind of got an excuse, but at the end of the day, Anthony Richardson taking it to another level. What's up?
What happened? What didn't Richardson have to lead the game early in the first game?
He did. He left the game. No, he left the game late in the first game.
I mean,
left the
when I
game
say early, I mean
early.
before the close of the game.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. He definitely left
What
the
happened?
game,
What happened to him?
in the first game. I think he was running into the end zone for that touchdown. And he had to come on out. You know what I mean? Like, you get dinged up a little bit in
Okay,
that.
let me ask you this question. Did he have to leave the game early in the second game also?
Yeah, he had to lead the game early in the second game. So his stats.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get
so
into
his
it.
stats. So you making my point for
that.
me. So you making my point for me. His stats would have been like ridiculously more than these guys. But he's only played like a minimal amount of time compared to these guys, full 8 quarters that they played. So
what they say the best ability is
availability.
How
right, so
at
the end of the day, how many wins does CJ Stroud and Bryce Young have combined?
Answer this question for me.
All right.
Is this guy gonna last? He's gonna last.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. That's
what he do.
That's your pick.
Go ahead.
That's your pick.
Hey, look. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Richardson, baby, all day. Right behind him. Let's go.
What you got, Von? What you got?
I'm going to. I like Anthony Richardson. He had 2 really smooth debuts, but I haven't been that impressed with him. One, because of the injuries. I'm going to say CJ Stroud has been the best rookie so far. Right, even though his QBR is 35 point whatever, he's playing behind a much worse offensive line, and his team isn't that good. They're not that good. So he's half the time he's running for his life, and he's not a mobile guy, right? He wasn't mobile. He didn't run for a lot of yards in college, and he's obviously not doing it in the NFL so far. Anyway, he might change his mind a little bit after taking a few more hits, but yeah, he's been forced to pass, and he's looked good as a passer, man. He's made a lot of nice throws. He hasn't thrown any interceptions. So I think CJ Stroud has been the best so far.
Okay.
Friday,
right.
What's good? What's good with you, Friday? Who you got?
Before, and he's finished both of his games.
Yeah.
He didn't catch that one. He didn't hear you.
So I hear both of y'all on both of those guys. Anthony Richardson has been the most dynamic of the 3 for sure. But it really is concerning that he's looking like he's having durability issues already. He reminds me kind of the same as Cam Newton. I think he's going to have a similar kind of trajectory if he decides to keep banking, because his best strength is his athleticism, and if he's banking on his athleticism and just being bigger than everybody else, he's not bigger than everybody else no more. So I don't see that having a sustainable future unless he decides to eventually become a true pocket passer and use his legs when he got to. That said, CJ Stroud has been the most impressive stat-wise in terms of as a passer. So I get what Vaughn is saying. However, I'm going to base my opinion on potential. I think Bryce Young, even though he hasn't had everything I'm about to say about him and him being my pick is based on intangibles, is not going to show up on the stats sheet. I look at him. He breaks down the play. He's able to digest everything that's going on. He's able to process everything quick. And from a quarterback standpoint, just watching him get the play, he's changing plays at the line already. I'm seeing everything that he's doing from a quarterback perspective. He's definitely the better of the 3 quarterbacks. The problem is Carolina has absolutely no weapons. He has to hold the ball. The reason he's sacked more and hit more is because he has to hold the ball longer to wait to run them open. And the offensive line, even though I think they're above average rushing offensive line, they're a below average passing offensive line, which is an attribute to the coach. I don't think they run the ball enough. They haven't established an identity. Last year with Steve Wilkes, Carolina had established the identity to run the ball. I think if you give Bryce Young that same method and just let him be able to pass in a situational standpoint instead of winning the game will eventually come to him, and it will eventually come to the receivers by opening up the game off play action. But I do think he's the best quarterback by far from a pro-ready standpoint, even though it's not showing up on the stat sheet yet. but he hasn't thrown, and he didn't throw an interception last week. I think his stats right now is 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's been more durable than I could have ever imagined, and I think his improvising, I think the one part that's missing in his game right now is the ability to be able to improvise off the scramble and connect, because he can improvise off the scramble and miss. He's done that plenty of times, but he hasn't started to improvise on the scramble and connect. Once he starts to do that, I think you'll see the magic in Bryce Young. But overall, my pick is Bryce Young. I think he's the best rookie. He just has the worst. If you look at the Houston Texans actually got a really good nucleus around them, around CJ Stroud. They got a better offensive line, better offensive weapons. Of course, the Colts got an amazing offensive line. Whenever old boy Jonathan Taylor gets back, they're gonna have a better running game. And they got Pittman, they got a nice core. I think Bryce Young by far has the less of the three. So
I gotta disagree with you though real quick, because like I was at the game on Monday night and Bryce looked jittery. Bryce looked, he was
inside info,
passes.
Baby.
Yeah, there's a couple passes. Like my man, like as soon as he saw him, like flash open, he's like, and he looked like Cam Newton Cam Newton trying to pass the ball. That's how bad it looked.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel you. I feel you. It's easy to see that at the game in a real life standpoint, but that's honestly why. To be completely honest, do you guys like to watch the game more at home or actually in person?
At home for sure.
Yeah, at home is a different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's better at home, but you want to be amongst the crowd and like feeling like you're making an impact.
And I feel the same. Like I love the game atmosphere, and I love being at the game, and be it bar having the good seats. I would prefer just go to a game just to be in the atmosphere, but just to kind of watch it and see what the players actually seeing, what they're going through. I feel you on that, Vaughn, but I got to take that away from you.
Yeah. So personally, I like to watch football better at home, basketball better in person. Like for the exact same reason that I like to watch football at home. But we're talking about football here. And for my pick, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I said several months ago when we did a show about these three QBs, or it was a topic within a show we did leading up to the draft. And I said I wasn't that impressed with any of them. And they're a smidgen more impressive than they were at that point in time in my mind. I'm still not head over heels for any of them. I think next year's draft class of quarterbacks is going to head better. But if we're talking about just this year's class, my pick is CJ Stroud. Now, y'all boys do a good job of talking football and stats and analytics and what you see and how it translates and what it's going to project to and what the potential is and what the ceiling is and what the floor is and all this other stuff. That sounds great. I'm just going to relate to the common man. You know what I mean? I can talk high level when it comes to basketball. When it comes to football, I'm a common man. So I'm going to give it to you common. I'm going to give it to you just plain and simple. To me, CJ Stroud just looks the most like an NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? Just like the eye test. You know what I mean? Like his presence in the pocket, his throwing motion, his size, his physique, the way he steps up into the pocket when he makes nice throws.
He throw them darts.
He throws darts. The way he sees the field, you can see the potential for him seeing plays before they happen and throwing the ball before the receiver even gets to that spot. Like I like CJ Stroud how he looks playing the position. Right. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna go through all the stats, but like just as far as the eye test from the common man, who's not gonna sit here and try to talk about it on a high level, you know what I mean? I gotta go CJ Stroud. Like he looks the best, and I said CJ Stroud if forced to make a pick even back then. If I said back then when we did a show several months ago, if I had to make a pick, it'd be CJ Stroud, and I'll stick with that because he just looks most like an NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, and that's no shot against Bryce Young, but like Bryce Young looked like, I don't know, man. He has it up. He seems like he can figure it out. He seems like he can figure it out. but I'm concerned about his size. He just doesn't look like a quarterback to me. And Anthony Richardson, he looks like an athlete, a great athlete, but not necessarily a NFL quarterback. Now, he's going to play the position and play it well if he stays healthy the way he plays it. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't be a definition on the way the quarterback position has to be played.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or how they look.
Or how they look. Right. It or how they look. That, touche. That's a good point. But at the same time, to me, CJ Stroud looks the most like an NFL quarterback, like, as far as his potential and his ceiling, just from what I see right now after 2 weeks. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like you said, like Bob said, he throws those darts. It's just his presence in the pocket looks good to me. You know what I mean? So
let me ask y'all this: do you think it's like he's thrown the ball 91 times already?
Yeah.
Like Bryce Young threw it 71. Like Richardson threw it like 50. Yeah. Like, so y'all think it's because y'all seeing him throw the ball a lot more than these other guys? Like, it's like well, I guess when we see things, like, what I'm saying, like, we just feel like,
I think that helped his case a little bit more, because the truth of the matter is they've been playing tough. They've been playing teams that's ahead. When you down more, you gotta pass more. And the fact that he not throwing picks with having to throw more is a testament to how good he's been.
He doesn't have like a just necessarily go-to star receiver either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or tight end.
We talked about the run game, Damian Pierce, and it's because he ain't had an opportunity to run.
Right.
That's
so
real.
like, to throw that many passes without throwing a bunch of picks as a rookie, first 2 weeks, that says a lot too. But I mean, all that's factored in. But at the same time, bro, he just got that quarterback feel to me. That QB more so than the other two.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I got you.
So the next question, we're gonna move on to if everybody's got that off their chest, related to that topic, we're gonna talk about early NFL playoff predictions. Early NFL playoff predictions. So who do y'all see as some early favorites in both the AFC and NFC? Maybe some teams that are not prized, maybe some that are. Either way you want to express yourself on that topic. What are some early NFL playoff predictions that you guys have that you want to share with the audience from your own perspective?
You want the surprise picks? Or you want good, Fred? Did you want the surprise picks?
Yeah.
However you want to express it. Surprise picks. Okay. However you want to lay it out.
Well, I mean, I could just tell. I'm just gonna tell you who I got.
All right.
AFC division winners. I got Miami, Jacksonville, Chiefs, Cincinnati. So not really a whole lot of surprise. I guess Miami over Buffalo might be a surprise. Then I got for the wild cards, I got Baltimore, I got Cleveland, and I got Buffalo. So I got 3 from the AFC North. Got Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland. Then I got 2 from the East. All right, in the NFC, I got Philly, Minnesota, I got the Saints, and I got the Niners. So I definitely think the Minnesota pick, I mean, they made it last year. They won it last year, but a lot of people are picking Detroit this year. You know what I mean? So I feel like that might be a little controversial. A lot of people might think Dallas about to overtake us being Philly, but I feel like Philly gonna, right the ship and get that thing right. I got Dallas being in a wild card spot. I got Detroit being in another wild card spot, and then I got my surprise pick is the LA Rams. I got them making it in that final spot. So those are my picks right now. Just looking at what's happened so far.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Either one of y'all that want to take it next. Vine, if you ready, you can go.
Yeah, sure thing, man. I got a bold prediction here, man. I got a really bold prediction.
Hit me with it.
And I'm going to say that all 4 teams in the NFC East are going to make the playoffs this year. All 4 teams are going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay. Like the Giants too?
The Giants, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Commanders. All 4 teams are going to make the playoffs. I don't even know if that's statistically
possible.
It is. It's possible.
Yeah. There's what 7 teams and 6 teams in each conference that make the playoffs, right?
It's possible. 3 a wild card. Yeah, so it's possible.
Yeah. So
the way you said the Giants, like what I'm saying,
I casually tossed it in there.
So the 3 extra teams are going to be the NFC East teams.
they're going to be all NFC East teams.
Right.
I'm looking at the NFC right now, and man, outside of the division leaders and the projected teams, like it's pretty bad. So I'm going to say all 4 teams from the NFC East make the playoffs this year, and one of them. Well, the Super Bowl winner won't come from the NFC East.
But you was about to say one of them what though? So you don't want to go there yet.
I don't want to go there yet.
Okay.
Dang, I thought you was about to tell me something I wanted to hear. All right.
The Eagles ain't making it.
Right. We at the bottom, right? I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I'm not gonna go into like all teams that I think that's gonna make the playoffs, but I'll give you my bold predictions on each conference. So in the AFC, here's my hot take, and I've said it before, but I think people are starting to see it come to fruition. They kind of lucked up and got a win last week, but I don't think that's sustainable. I think the Chiefs will not make the playoffs. Again, I say the Chiefs will not make the playoffs. Despite
Super
the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, no, I said playoffs. They won't make the playoffs.
No, I said Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
That's crazy bowl. Yeah.
And in the AFC, I just think that I also think that the Bengals, the jig is up for a minute. I think that the injuries, they haven't been able to catch fire. That fire that they had, and it's such a competitive division that once you get down, I mean, it's hard to get back up. On the NFC side of it, I think 2 bold predictions. I think that I actually think that the Panthers will still take the division. I think when I look at their defense is like a playoff caliber defense for sure. I just think that they haven't put it all together and found their identity, but I think once they do, and like Falcons are 2-0, but they're not impressive. Bengals are going to fall off, and I also don't think that the Saints like are a good team either. So Panthers will stabilize. They will end up winning the long game, and they'll end up making the playoffs in that division.
Good deal.
All right. So far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna give you divisional winners for each division within the AFC and the NFC. For the AFC South, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars, the Jags winning that division. For the AFC North, I got the Ravens taking that division. Yep. For the AFC West, I got the Chiefs. Again, I got the Chiefs taking that division. I can't rock with that Chiefs missing the playoffs. I just can't do it.
Yeah, you should.
I ain't ready to make that bold prediction. I got a couple bold predictions, but that ain't the one for me tonight. For the AFC East, I got the Dolphins. And I got the Dolphins as the best overall team. I got the Dolphins winning the conference. You know what I mean? Taking that top spot. If you want to call that a bold prediction, go ahead and do what you please. But I got the Dolphins taking it all in that one.
I like it.
You know what I mean?
Great offense.
Yeah.
Huh? Say what?
I said they got a great offense. Yeah. I mean, I can dig it. A lot of people got them up there. Yeah.
Cool. As far as the NFC side of things, I'm gonna roll with the Saints. In the NFC South, I got the Saints taking that one. I got the Lions. No. Let me check that. No, I got the Lions in the NFC North. The Lions.
Taking the Lions. Okay.
Yeah, I got 49ers in the NFC West. Got the 49ers taking that one. And as far as the NFC East, I'm gonna stand firm. I'm gonna stand firm. I got them boys, not the Cowboys. I got the Commanders. I got the Commanders, baby. And I'm gonna double down for the 3rd week in a row. I'm gonna give you a surprise pick that includes the Commanders and say they're gonna win the NFC conference overall. And I said that last week. I'm taking it a step further. We're gonna be in that divisional championship game in the playoffs, baby. Commanders gonna be there.
So y'all winning the division, y'all going to the playoffs, and y'all going to the title game.
Yeah. Divisional title game. Yeah.
See, I would buy the
NFC
title game. I would buy the title game. I just wouldn't buy the division just because the 49ers. I mean, I'm sorry, the Eagles and the Cowboys. They just too stout with they they too stout. We all 2-0. I just don't think we win the division.
So here's the thing.
right now.
Here's the thing.
But I do think we can beat either one of those teams on any given Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. So I am a homer. I like who I like.
Qualifier.
I am biased, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I like who I like.
Hey,
So
I ain't mad at
I'm
it.
gonna stand firm with the Commanders. I'm gonna stand firm that they win in the division, they win in the conference, they go into the divisional championship game. And if you stay tuned, there's more to come.
Okay.
There's more to come. Yeah,
You're not ready to
Right.
speak on that title game yet.
Because you said what now?
You're not ready to speak on that title game yet, though, right?
Give me another
Are
week.
y'all-
Look.
okay.
Give me another week. But don't mess around and let these boys beat the Bills this weekend. If we beat the Bills this week, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. But you know why though? You know why I'm biased. You know why I'm biased? Like, and I'm not apologetic as a person in the media that speaks biasly about the Commanders, because we deserve a fan like me in the media. You know what I mean? We do. We deserve a fan like me in the media. We deserve a super fan. So I will take the stance and stand 10 toes down and be
Yes,
that
sir.
super fan in the media
I
for the
would agree with
Commanders.
that.
I'll be that guy. You know what I mean? I'm the guy.
You gotta stand on your beliefs. You gotta stand on your
I'm gonna
beliefs.
stand on it. I'm gonna stand on it.
Yeah.
Moving on. If our hearts and minds are clear, moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your MVP of the NFL so far? MVP of the NFL so far.
Yo, so
MVP. Friday, you got it? You got
I'll
it?
start with this one. So I'm gonna tell y'all who I think my MVP is, and I really think when you really break down the stats and what they've accomplished so far this season, and I don't think his production is gonna go down. I actually think it's gonna go up. And actually, if I were to give you my going back to the last segment, if I had told you who my conference breakdown, I would have said this team. But I think my MVP so far got to be Jordan Love, man. Jordan Love has been fantastic. 3 touchdowns each game. He's 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. They kind of let the game slip away from him last week, but I think the defense in Green Bay is legit. And mind you, he's playing without his number 1 receiver. Christian Watson hadn't played 1 game yet. He's doing this with receivers that A-Rod couldn't do it with last year.
I like Watson. I'm
And
head of the
so-
Watson fan club.
So with that being said, I don't think it's even a question. Jordan Love got to be the early MVP this year, and if he keeps it up and they continue to win, he will be the MVP this year. He's just like 3 touchdowns steady.
All right.
Can't
All
tell
right,
me that Green Bay gift, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those QBs.
Vaughn, who you got? Who you got
Man,
for the MVP so
man.
far?
Who you got, Vaughn? You
Go
got-
for
Yeah,
it. Go for it. Go for it.
I was gonna say Tua Tagovailoa easily. You know, just with just looking at some of the stats. Y'all know I'm a stats guy. 9.5 yards per attempt right now. Like, he is pushing. Like, that's basically a first down. Okay, every time he throw the ball, like it's like a deep shot every time. You know, when you got Tyreek Hill, you can do that. When you got Jalen Waddle, you can do that. You know, so just for perspective, like 9.5 yards per attempt. Like, in second place on that is Jared Goff with 8.2. So that's like 1.3 yards. Like the dip from Jared Goff, like 1.3 yards below him is like 6.9. That's CJ Stroud. He's like 15. So we got first to second is that big of a gap, you know. So he's just pushing the ball. He's completing a lot of big throws. They winning. They 2-0. Tua is the MVP right now.
Ain't mad at that. What you got, Vaughn?
And I'm gonna have to piggyback off you, Steve. I really like Tua. He's like the engine of the best offense in the NFL right now, man. Like,
Right.
they humming. He's an engine, but I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill for the MVP. He's unguardable. He's unguardable, and when you have somebody that's accurate and hitting him in stride, and like he's a weapon. Like he's got first game he had 11 catches for like 200 yards and a touchdown, and last week week 2 he had like 5 for like 40 and a touchdown. But that was against a Belichick-led defense. We know what they do against the team's best offensive players.
Take your guy away. That's what they do. He still got off a little bit.
And still got off, man. Still a very extremely serviceable 5 for 40 and 1. But man, he's unguardable. Fastest man in the NFL. Deep threat, stretch the field. He been running across the field. His route tree is pretty full. I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill, man.
All right.
So Friday, just to recap, you had Jordan Love, right?
Jordan Love, my guy.
All right. Brown, you had
Tua man.
Yes, sir.
Vaughn, you had Tyreek.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Justin Jefferson because he is the definition of unguardable, but they're not winning, so
They're not winning. Gotta win.
Do you have what was those Tyreek Hill stats this past game?
5 catches, 40 yards, 1 touchdown.
Okay, so just a little dip from the first game.
Small one.
150 yards to be exact. But
How do you explain that dip though?
On
With MVP, with the MVP tag so far of the league.
You got to look at Tua's stats too. Like Tua's struggle, and it's a direct correlation.
Right.
Like the number one option struggles. So he
still
had a good game.
That's that Belichick defense.
I like those picks. I like both of those picks actually. I like the Jordan Love pick to start with. You know what I mean? I talked glaringly or very well about Jordan Love. Either last show or the show before that. Me and Steve were both talking. I think it was the last show. We were talking, like about how well we thought Jordan Love was looking in week 1. So I like that pick.
Good.
I like the Tua pick and the Tyreek Hill pick, even though Tyreek had a dip the second game, because ultimately just the previous segment I picked Miami Dolphins to win the AFC. You know what I mean? So I like both of those picks. So I mean, y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all might clown me or whatever on the internet or whatever in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you who I think my MVP is. If Vaughn can go with Tyreek, I'm gonna go with Raheem Mostert. Why not? Why not, bro? He was the single biggest factor to them winning that game this past Sunday against New England. The man had 18 carries, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
That's all he did.
So just that I'm clear, the Dolphins is the MVP. The Dolphins. The city of Miami is the MVP.
Yeah.
He looked good doing it. He looked good doing it. He's like the number 5 ranked like running back right now in the league. You know what I mean? So you take that off of the team that I predicted to win the AFC. You know what I mean? That's my pick right now. Raheem Mostert. Like if you can pick a guy that dipped down his second game, I can pick the guy that had a big jump the second game. So right now, man, I like their offense. And like offensive players usually win the MVP. And if we can all agree that the Miami offense is dangerous, they're looking dangerous right now.
Oh, they're looking real dangerous.
They're looking real dangerous. The primary factor for that last game we just saw was Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
It was.
So
the passing game was almost non-existent. You know, and because Belichick took that away.
Yeah.
He took it away. Right? So Mostert did his thing. He took the opportunity to go ahead and do this thing. Now the question was who's going to be the MVP at the end of the season, just so far, right? Through week 2. So far, right now. All right. So right now, give me Raheem Mostert.
Stretch. You got a 30-year-old off-injured running back.
What does age have to do with anything right now?
He's not gonna hold up. And we all know running back.
Hey, Steve. Brown, tell me what I just said. I said we're not picking the MVP for the season at the end of the season.
Right.
Right now. We're talking about right now. So far, the question even says at the bottom ticker.
By
it says,
that logic, you
so
got to
far.
put Christian McCaffrey in there too,
Yeah.
man. You've been getting off.
Yeah.
Right. But just
Yeah.
with the history of the NFL, MVPs are usually quarterbacks. So to a man.
Hey, listen,
Well,
I-
mine is who
I
I think
almost-
is going to end up
I
being.
almost-
I think Jordan Love got it for the year.
I almost picked
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey too, because the 49ers, they are the 49ers. You know what I mean? They're
Oh,
2-0.
And Purdy is not the MVP of the 49ers.
They did struggle that second game a little bit. They should have.
Right.
Mm.
I
But,
think the Rams are better than a lot of people think, though. That's
Yeah. I don't think nobody's
That's
offense has
better
looked
than
overall
that,
better
though.
than Miami's though. So I gotta
Right.
go with Mostert.
Oh, definitely.
Not mad at it.
Yeah, that's my pick. Come on,
All
pick.
right. Well, so
Anybody else got anything to say on that topic though?
I don't got nothing else to say on that.
Brown,
Oh,
Vaughn,
nah.
y'all good?
I'm good.
That was
Mostert pick.
You said what now? Say it again.
that was a little shocker. That was a
Yeah.
little shocker. Yeah, it
But
is.
it's
But
only
I think
listen, it's only a shocker in name because of who it
Right.
is.
right.
Now, not because of in production. You know what I mean? Especially when you take into account this last game.
Yeah.
Like if you can pick Tyreek Hill, who had 40 yards, 5
Mm.
catches, why can't I pick Mostert, who had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns?
That is where I completely agree with you. You can pick whoever you want to.
Yeah. That's real. That's
All right.
real.
So,
Moving
man,
on.
listen.
Moving on. Oh, it's my
Listen,
favorite
I'm not
topic right here.
I'm not a big college guy myself.
Right.
I never really have been. I do watch college football to evaluate guys who are going into the NFL draft. But here recently, man, it's just been undeniable. I think this whole show has been about NFL up to this point, but the biggest sports story is no doubt the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Sanders and Coach Prime. So, man, big game this weekend against Oregon. I know everybody here will be watching. What's your predictions? What do y'all think about the whole allure around the program and all together? And do y'all think they win or lose this weekend?
I jump in
Right.
and go first.
Go ahead.
Since
Go for it.
Since I've been, the moderator and I've gone last the past couple times, I go first.
Go
I'll
for
go
it.
ahead and break the ice right now and tell you that, like, Colorado is not only at the forefront of college football,
Mm-hmm.
but a strong case can be made that they're the most popular team in American sports right now. They
Yeah.
might be the most popular team in American sports, and I've never seen nothing like it. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Maybe you have. Maybe you can think of examples that I can't think of. But I can't think of an example where, because of the coach that was hired, right, and what brought with him, the eyes of everybody are on his team because of the coach, not because of a player, not because of a quarterback or a running back or any other position that's playing on the field, but because of the coach.
Mhm.
Like, he has his team positioned as the most popular team in American sports right now. Not only that, like, a big reason why they're gaining momentum each week is because they're 3-0. Right?
Undefeated.
First week, like, nobody predicted them to beat TCU. They beat TCU. Then everybody said, oh, it's not the same TCU as last year. Well, like, you still didn't predict them, and they did. All right, next week, they beat Nebraska. You know what I mean? That was about a split, the 50-50 split. You know, half people said they was going to beat them, half said they wasn't going to beat them, and they beat them. Then this past week, everybody said they were going to blow out Colorado State, except Vaughn. Vaughn did it, so I'll give Vaughn his credit. He said Colorado State was going to win that game, and they should have. They should have won that game.
You get no credit for that.
Should have. They were up 11 in the fourth quarter with
Right.
9 and some change to go. You're supposed to win that. But then Shador happened. He took them boys 98 yards. He took them boys 98 yards. The first half of that drive, he was running.
Right.
The next half of that drive, he was showing pose and composure and poise in the pocket and throwing darts. You know what I mean? Making plays upstairs with his head, his arm. You know, and they came back and they tied that thing up. Not only did they tie that thing up, but they won the game in not one, but 2 overtimes. Resilient. That's the word Coach Prime used after the game. His team was resilient. A game that many people said and is kind of the true definition of a trap game. Because even though it's a rivalry, like, the next game was the one everybody was looking at against Oregon as being the really good game. So like it's easy to get your kids it's easy to get your kids hyped up for the big name teams. But what about your Colorado States? Even though they're rivals, nobody's talking about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the coach made the comments that he made about how his mama raised him and little might have been gamesmanship to get Colorado more focused on his comments than the actual game, and maybe it worked for a little while.
Got to stir the pot.
They got it done though. Colorado got it done.
Right.
So my prediction is that they're going to go down to Oregon this Saturday at 3:30 and come away with the dub. Let's keep this thing rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Not only that, but I said last week their first loss will come to USC. They're going to beat USC. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Slow down.
And then when they do, Shedeur is going to be the odds-on favorite ahead of.
Oh, he's going.
MVP to be your Heisman Trophy winner for 2023-2024. So I got them beating Oregon and I got them beating USC. They ain't going undefeated on the season, but they're winning these next two. Prove me wrong. Who next? Prove me wrong.
You're being favored.
Look, man, listen. I'm not here to prove you wrong. I think they're just going to prove you wrong.
Cool.
I'm not the one to do it.
Cool.
But man, I'm gonna tell you. First and foremost, the story has been amazing. The things that they've done this year has just been like they've already exceeded expectations, and Shedeur Sanders has made himself a cool $10-20 million already. You know what I'm saying? Just off of I think he's definitely shot up from like a third round guy, fourth round guy, up to a first rounder at the very least. What happened to Brown?
He'll probably pop back in. Probably internet.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, he didn't definitely catapulted himself up the draft boards. That said, though, Oregon is too good of a team. They struggled against Colorado State, and I think as good as Shedeur has been, when you can game plan for one receiver in Weaver and not two receivers, I think that's gonna make all the difference in the game. And I think not having Travis Hunter there is going to be huge. Plus, Bo Nix is a NFL quarterback. The fact that they're not going to have Travis Hunter to stop that pass is going to be it's going to be too much for him. So, as beautiful as a story as it's been, I think the jig ends this week. So, Colorado loses their first game. However, they still are the talk of the sports world right now, and I don't think that is going to change at all.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much do you think that'll change? Like if they, if they
they're going to lose, they're going to lose. But in the next year, next couple years, the recruits that they got coming in is going to be crazy. I think they're going to get another huge load in the transfer portal in terms of getting because all they need is like a offensive line and defensive line, big guys that's going like really, really like move the needle for that program. Right. And once they get that, finito,
I got you. That's what's up. Yeah. They definitely the talk of the sports world. Me and Vaughn, a couple other guys, we went out there to check the game out, like double overtime game. We didn't even get to see the end of the game. Got booted out the bar, like not because of us, but just because the game just lasted too damn long. Like we had to get
Brown's been rowdy.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like
I thought it was
crazy. Right. But I mean, at the end of the day, I picked Colorado to win this game last week. I had to change my pick just because of
Don't do it, Steve. Don't do it.
I had to change, man. Just Travis Hunter, the kid knocked Travis Hunter out. You know what I mean? Like he out the next couple games, receiving death threats. We don't condone any of that. But at the end of the day, like I people are upset because they probably had money on Colorado with whatever line they had at that present time. The line right now was Oregon minus like 21 points. So they got them favored by 3 touchdowns. So the loss of Travis Hunter is, that's a huge loss. Oregon, first 2 home games, Oregon won 81-7, 55-10. Like they pretty decent at home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll with Oregon this time. And I think the show stops. No more college game day. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next year.
What you got, Vaughn?
I'm going to disagree with y'all, man. I think Colorado is going to beat Oregon.
They've made you a believer?
Right.
Not necessarily, but I think like
coming to the
Vegas.
He's coming to the light.
I think Vegas and just the world, man. They want that Colorado USC game. Like both teams undefeated.
Oh my God.
And like, here's my reason. I like Bo Nix. He's a great quarterback. NFL guy. They haven't been tested. They haven't been tested yet, and like they struggled against Texas Tech, who they only scored 41 points against a team called Tarleton State. You see where I'm going there. So yeah, they struggled. They only beat them. They beat Oregon beat Texas Tech 38-30. So I like Colorado pulling this one out.
It was on the road.
On the road. Yeah, they're on the road. They can't fall behind. I don't see another miracle coming back. If they can, if they lead this game, if they're in the lead, then I think they got a good shot to win. But they can't fall behind. So yeah, I got them beating Oregon, and their first loss is going to come against USC in 2 weeks.
All right, so Brown, going back to what you said about the whole Travis Hunter thing, I think they're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them with or without Hunter. You know what I mean? Like, and I know you said it's like it's gonna be harder for them to get off when they only have one receiver versus two. But Colorado has far from just one receiver though, bro.
Right.
They have Xavier Weaver. They have Jimmy Horn, who's talented as well. And then in the absence of somebody going down, somebody has to step up to keep the troll rolling. Did y'all see that tight end that came out of nowhere? It had 7 catches for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. Like, he didn't even get into the game until late in the game. Like, so, but a star stepped up, a potential. You know what I mean? That's a big kid coming down the middle with good hands, good route running, scored 2 TDs. Everything that hit his hands stuck there. You know what I mean? That's a weapon they didn't have for the first game, for the first 2 games. He didn't play at all 2 games. You know what I mean? And then the third game, he didn't get in until later into the game. I mean, they needed to throw another wrinkle in there. I'm not saying he's Travis Hunter by means, but it's just something else you have to defend. Now you got to defend a tight end who just proved himself, along with Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver. Now, this losing Travis Hunter hurt. Of course it does. That's the best player on the team, possibly on offense and defense.
One of the best players in the country
on both sides of the ball. On both sides of the ball. But that train rolling though, and this. Like, for them, going to Von's point, Oregon hadn't been tested. For this was Colorado's test. Like,
that's what I was about to say, yeah.
And this was an unexpected one.
Yeah, it's a different type of test for sure.
It's different. It's different to win a test. Like, passing a pop quiz is much harder than passing a quiz that's been on the syllabus since the beginning of the semester. You know what I mean? Like, so like that pop quiz might catch you sleeping. You know what I mean? So they had to get ready to fight and make adjustments, in-game adjustments, and step up mid-game, in-game to pull it out. So I think next week, man, Oregon, they better be ready. They better be ready.
Yes, it's gonna be a barn burner.
Either way, it's gonna be must-see TV.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
All right. Moving on. We're gonna switch gears from football, jump over to the basketball realm. Dwight Howard met with the Warriors. What do you guys think about that? Does this move the needle? Should we keep it moving?
I'm gonna let everybody speak, but we can.
Mine will be real quick. Dwight Howard spent his last 2 years, like on the bench and in China. So does it move the needle? Absolutely not. This isn't even newsworthy to me. So. Yeah, no, it doesn't move the needle. If they signed him today, I don't even think he'd make the team.
Yeah, nah, he's a good veteran presence. He's still one of the top defenders, but nah.
Is he a good veteran presence though?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think
we're
so.
Joking in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a no. It
Von
doesn't move
Looney
the
get
needle.
him so much more. So much more.
Right.
Hey, Brown, is it a needle mover to you?
Not even close, man. Kobe rolling around in his grave, man. This is get this dude out of here, man. Get him as far away from the NBA as we can, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, Dwight
no
Howard
indictment
was
to
a
him.
beast
No indictment
in his
to him.
prime.
It's just that
Dwight Howard
he's
was
not
a
that
beast
guy no
in his
more.
prime.
That's
I'm
fine.
just gonna say,
Yeah, I think
he
this
was one
is
of the
unanimous.
best. But
It's
Yeah.
unanimous. We can turn the page on this
All
one.
right, let's
Yeah,
keep it moving then. Let's keep it
he's
moving. Buddy Hield and the Pacers working together to find a trade. Buddy Hield he can help somebody out, man. He can help a contender team out. You know, shooting is a premium in the NBA. He can shoot. So I feel like if he lands in the right situation, he's definitely going to, you know, be a plus addition.
Lakers.
So what's the
Lakers.
question? What's the question? Is there a question? Because I got an answer.
Yeah. Where do you think is the best landing spot for him? Warriors?
Yeah, we'll take all the shooters.
Okay. Y'all can't afford him. Y'all heard
Lakers.
Like, Warriors,
Lakers easy.
Y'all can't afford
We
him.
moving the goalposts now. We weren't talking about money. You
Y'all
said
can't
we're the best
afford him.
landing spot.
Yeah, logically, y'all can't afford him, man.
Yeah.
He's making like 90 mil.
Oh, okay, so now so we got to factor in another layer that wasn't in the initial question.
Yeah. You gotta.
So we gotta throw realism in the
Dax, you playing fantasy right now, man. What are you doing? Get rid of Clay.
It's got to be at least one illogical guy on the show.
For sure.
Okay, cool.
But no, I like Buddy Hield too. I think he definitely is a contributor to a major team. I think that if he goes in, knows his role, and I don't think he demands a trade by any means. He's not that player. But if the Pacers willing to work with him, and I think the Pacers may want more than what any team is willing to give for him. That's a contender, anyways. That's the problem. But yeah. Lakers, I would love to see him with the Lakers. LeBron needs as many shooters as he can get.
Oh my
Especially
God.
at this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at this point. All right. Kelly Oubre expected to sign with the 76ers. Oubre had his best season as a pro last year.
I actually
Okay.
think that's a bigger deal than any one of the ones that you put up already, just because Oubre, he been with Charlotte the last few years, and right, he can go get his own buckets, man. I think he gives them more value than Tobias Harris does.
Yeah, his shot selection is a little bad, but like he get you a bucket.
He's a firecracker. He's a firecracker out there. Like he gonna start some stuff with the other team. Like he's one of those players who's ready to mix it up. I feel like you need players like that on the squad. So yeah, that's definitely, I like that. That's a needle mover right there. Let's see if he lands.
Kelly Oubre is a high end role player.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's still a role player, but he's a high end role player.
Yeah.
Just like Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I like Oubre. Like you said Friday though, I like Oubre better than Harris to be real with you. I know Harris provides like the 6'9" size that can shoot from deep and the fit.
Mid range.
His defense isn't the best.
I feel like Oubre though. Oubre got a little bit of that it factor that
you got a little bit more of that dog.
You take Oubre over Tobias. I felt like Tobias was like a not really a max guy at one time, but like he was like a sought after player at one time.
I don't think
overpriced, overpaid.
I don't think he's that guy anymore like that. That. You know what I mean?
I think that was the year that Mozgov got like a $50 million contract.
Oh my God!
Right.
Thanks.
Didn't they choose Toby over Jimmy Butler? Did they choose Toby over Jimmy Butler?
That was the free agency year that everybody got crazy money.
Yeah. That was.
Forgot about that.
Toby was that guy apparently.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Tell's cool, but I like the Oubre signing though.
Right.
Yes, it's definitely a good pickup for them. They need that young athletic wing. All right, Clippers move on from James Harden deal for now. Is he going to play ball next year anywhere?
Yeah.
At this point,
he plays somewhere in the world.
In the world.
I'm just.
He'll play in the NBA.
I'm just so over. Two players that I don't know why. Don't ask me why. and I think I've come around a little bit more to Kevin Durant since people have stopped comparing him to LeBron, and they just put somebody else in that spot. But James Harden, bro, I'm over James Harden. Like I was over Kevin Durant. I'm totally over James Harden. Like he can't stay in shape. He is.
I think he runs things, man.
Yeah, like he's too much of a diva, bro. And plus, I don't like the clothes selection, to be honest with you. I'm just
it's a fashion. True.
Yeah,
I can dig it.
So I do think he's going to play in the NBA, but I do think to be the most effective he can be for a team, he's going to have to accept a different role than who he was in the past, or who he still thinks he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not Harden from Houston anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's Harden that we've seen over these past few years. Like he gonna have some moments. He still got enough in the tank to have some moments.
He had some moments this year. Yes,
yeah, he gonna have some moments. He gonna have some moments, but it's not gonna be consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even when his moments were consistent, they weren't the style of play that was conducive to winning a championship. Like he hasn't even come close to doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even at his best, with the type of style and brand that he plays, you know what I mean? Like it's still not conducive to playoff winning basketball.
And it's never been.
And it's never been. And on top of that, even if it was, like he shrinks in the playoffs. Right. You know what I mean? He can't even do what he does best in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like on top of all that, on top of the fact that his style of play is not going to win a championship, he can't even play his style of play when it matters the most.
Right. I agree with that 100%.
The best James Harden years was when he was by himself. You know, that kind of speaks for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think he can still play in the league, but it's gonna have to be in a different role.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Cool beans. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the NBA, and we are getting to the end of our show. Up next, we got the eliminator picks. Steve, you said you had the recap from week 2, right? Who had the most right?
Recap from week 2. It looks like Stacks had the most picks right. So he had 11. He had 11 picks right.
Mm-hmm.
I came in second with 9.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn, you brought up the rear with you got 4.
4?
You got four picks right.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, so yeah, you went out on a limb a little bit too much there, but you know what I mean? But Stacks, congratulations, Stacks. You know what I mean? Like he held it down. He got the most picks right. I think he knew that. That's why he wanted me to shout this out.
I didn't. I really didn't keep up with it. Number one. No, I really didn't keep up with it. That's number one.
And in fairness, that's because I wasn't making picks. But let's get into it.
Okay, cool.
We into it.
Hey, we already told you congratulations on your big day, your big week. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta rain on my parade by saying you wasn't there.
I'm just saying the competition is bad.
Competition. Listen, I really didn't want to even say anything. Like because what's understood ain't really got to be bragged about. Like. You know, I didn't know what the results were, but they don't surprise me. You know what I mean? Brown, you feel me on that?
He was looking at NFL. He was like, I picked that team. I picked that team.
Brown, you feel me on that, though? What's understood and expected ain't got to be celebrated. You know what I mean? So and then on another note, I'm not going for the week 2 crown. I'm the week one crown, the first pick crown. Like this is not what I'm here for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like at the end, when I've won every single week after week after week, after week 18 or whatever, then I'll celebrate.
Yes,
okay?
All right.
Then I'll celebrate.
Hey, let's get into it. Now these are just gonna be picks. We're just gonna go we're not gonna do any lines, we're just gonna do game for game picks, like straight up. So we'll go money line. That's what we call it in Vegas. All right. Giants at Niners. The way I want to do this, I'm just gonna keep rotating. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go first on this one. I'm gonna go Giants. I'm gonna go Niners. I apologize. I'm gonna go Niners. Y'all go ahead, Bob.
Niners.
All right.
Niners. Unanimous, I think.
Niners.
All right, we got all Niners on that one. All right, Chargers at Vikings. Bob, go first, and then we'll rotate same way.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Chargers at Niners. Chargers. Go ahead, Vaughn.
Vikings.
Viking. Dak.
Vikings.
Vikings, and I'll go Chargers. They're not gonna go 0-3. That's ridiculous. They're the Chargers, but Chargers be charging. You know what I'm saying? All right, next game. Bills at Commanders. Bond go first.
Bills at Commanders. Ooh, it's a tough one. I think Josh Allen struggles against good defense, so I'm going to go Commanders.
Ooh, good pick. I like it. All right, go ahead, Stack.
You know what it is.
I ain't gotta say it. All right, so I'm gonna go Bills. Go ahead, Bob.
As much as I hate to say this, and maybe I'm saying this a little out of hope for you know how when you say something you hope the opposite happen, but I'm gonna
Yes,
go
sir.
with the Bills, man. I just think I haven't seen enough dominance on the offensive side of the ball from the Commanders yet.
That's what you call going with your head, not your heart.
That's right.
All right, next game: Saints at Packers. I'm gonna go first on this one. No, Stacks, you go first.
I'm about to say, yeah, I'm supposed to go. Let me get
apologize.
those. No. Let me get those Packers.
Pack. All right. I'm gonna go second on this one. I'll go Saints. All right, go ahead, Bob.
I'm gonna go Packers.
Pack. All right, Vaughn.
If Aaron Jones plays, I'm going Packers. Regardless, I'm going to go Packers. They're undefeated with Aaron, so I'm going to go back. Go
All
back.
right, we got your qualifier. All right, Falcons at Lions. I'll go first on this one. I'll take the Lions at home. All right, go ahead, Bob.
Lions.
Lions. All right, Vaughn.
Times 3.
All right, Stat.
Times 4.
Clean sweep. All right, Lions.
Unanimous.
All right, no Bijan love. Titans at Browns. Bob, go first.
I'm gonna give it to the Browns.
Browns.
This is the week Deshaun have a field day.
Finally. All right, go ahead, Vaughn.
Ryan Tannehill is grossly overrated, and I'm going to agree with Bob. Go Browns.
Browns. All right,
Welcome to the
Stat.
dog pound.
I got the Browns.
Browns. All right, it's in Cleveland. No Chubb. I like the Browns defense though. I'm gonna go Browns too. Clean sweep. All right, Texans at Jags. Who's going first on this one? Is it Vaughn?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I go to Jacksonville in a bounce back game.
All right, Jags.
I just
All right,
think
Stat.
faith. I got less faith in the Texans than I do the Jags. So let me go Jags.
All right, I'll go Jags. It's easy for me. Go ahead, Stat. Bob.
Even though Trevor Lawrence has been crazy overrated, I'm going Jaguars
The hype
just
is
because of
crazy.
the youth.
I can
Hype
dig
is
it. I can
crazy surrounding that guy, man.
dig it. The card's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Patriots at Jets. Go ahead. Who's that? Stacks.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Give me the Patriots.
Patriots at Jets. All right, Pats. I'll go at Jets. God, ain't got a quarterback, bro. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough one. All right. I'm just gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Jets. All right, go ahead, Bob.
You know, at first I was thinking, I was like, man, this is gonna be an easy pick, but then I thought about it.
Man,
Like the defense is the negator, but I just believe that the Jets will at least figure out how to run the ball, and that'll be the deciding factor. I'm gonna give it to the Jets.
Please go Jets, Vaughn. Please go Jets.
That's a great analysis, but
That was great analysis, bro.
Yeah.
Great analysis.
You know what they say, man. Zach gonna Zach, and Matt gonna throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns in a Patriots
Whoa.
victory.
And Matt going pass. All
That
right.
was like a premeditated short comment right there.
Right. Hey, just a
He gonna chop up and put in the shorts. I like it.
quick quick one on that game. The over under is 36.5. I was about to say take the under. Two good defenses, but the under is very, very low. 36.5. I don't know about that. All right.
See, you got like a cheat sheet over there, bro.
It's like
Oh yeah. Oh bro, I'm looking at the odds. I got it all.
Yeah,
All right,
you got a cheat sheet.
Broncos at Dolphins. Who up next? I'm up first. I'll go Dolphins. I've been hyping up Tua, so I'm gonna go Dolphins. All right, go ahead, Bob.
I don't think that the Dolphins will have his you know what?
Upset alert.
Upset alert. I'm gonna go
Russell
Broncos.
Wilson. All right. Broncos. Go ahead, Von.
Dolphins.
Fins. All right, Stat.
The
Vince
Broncos
no
coach
Dolphins.
back, Sean Payton back during the summertime said the previous regime ain't know what in the world they was doing. Right now they 0-2. They about to go 0-3.
Oh,
They about to go
I
0-3.
forgot
You remember that,
about
Vaughn?
Yeah, I forgot
did
about
say
that.
Yeah, they about to go
He came for
0-3.
Hackett. Yeah.
Oh, he was
So
talking
give me-
dunk.
Get the Dolphins, man.
Oh,
He was
that
talking
might
about
be-
Hackett and all that, bro. Like he was going
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Ooh.
All right. Colts at Ravens. Bob on deck. Go ahead, Bob. Colts at Ravens.
I gotta go Ravens. Yeah. Without. Well, I actually think they got a better chance with Minshew playing, but yeah, I think Ravens got this one.
Got you. All right. Go ahead, Vaughn.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Colts. Anthony, especially if Anthony
Whoa.
Richardson plays, he's like Lamar Jackson on juice. So,
Mm.
and he was about to break fantasy football last week, like you said, Steve. So I'm gonna go with the Colts, man.
Oh, he's about to go crazy. All right, Stacks. What you got?
Give me the Ravens.
Ravens, and I'll take the Ravens also. That's a big upset for you, Vaughn. If you get that one.
Oh yeah.
All right, Panthers at Seahawks. Who's going first on this one? Is it Bob? Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, I think it was me, right?
Yeah.
It's you. Go ahead, Vaughn. My fault.
Panthers at Seahawks. Panthers still they still got the training wheels on Bryce until they open them up, man. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, man.
Seabag.
Seahawks.
All right, Seahawks for you too. All right, I'll go Seahawks. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta go Seahawks. I don't think that the Panthers are equipped to. I think they'll get it together around week 5, 6, but right now they're not there yet.
Good deal. All right, Cowboys at Cardinals. Stacks. What you got?
See, like, I'm gonna do something I ain't never did on the show before, bro. And
The right answer.
who did you say was the leader after last week, bro?
You got it.
And how many? I got 11. How many divine?
Well, I got 4, dog.
Okay, cool. The difference between us is more than the amount of wins he got last week. The difference. Okay, that
Almost
was,
3 times. But
Yeah.
go
Pretty much.
ahead.
Hey, listen. Let me go ahead and admit this. Like I said, I was gonna pick the I was never gonna pick the Cowboys. But every once in a while, like common sense has to come in. I'm the illogical one, but this is like this
Right.
would be crazy. Let me go
That would be
Cowboys.
crazy.
As much as I hate to say it, let me go Cowboys.
All right, I'll take Dallas. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, no, it's too much
Yeah.
defense. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like if we were talking about previous Cowboy teams, like the offense could fumble the bag, but the defense is legit. So now I gotta go Cowboys.
They looking good. Watch for them late in the season though. It get cold on them Cowboys real quick. Go ahead, Vaughn. What you got?
It's a trap game for the Cowboys. Josh
That
Downs
was-
is better than a lot of people give him credit for, but I'm still
Who?
going with the Cowboys.
Okay.
That was a good setup. That was a good
You were
setup.
saying some stuff, and I was, you know what I'm saying. All right, Bears at Chiefs. I'll go first on this one. I'll take the Chiefs. We got some terrible games this week. All right, Bob, what you got?
Gosh, man, it's making it real hard for the Chiefs to lose that playoff spot with cakewalks like this. But Chiefs got it, man. Chiefs got it.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
Justin Fields figures it. It's in Kansas City, right?
Yeah, it's in Kansas City.
Okay. Justin Fields figures it out on the road,
No,
but that still won't be enough. I'm gonna go with. Man, I can't go with.
You just told me who you was going with. Look what's on my screen right
I'm
now.
gonna go with the Bears, man. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Are
Who that,
are
who
you
that?
taking the Bears? Who said his coaching
taking
is
the Bears.
causing him to
What,
play
upset?
like a robot? Yeah,
Hey, Brian, I got a quick question for you.
That's crazy.
He said his
What's up?
coach is still making him play like a robot.
Like a robot, bro. Go
I
ahead,
agree.
Stack. What you got?
I got a quick question for you, Brian. Which is more likely to happen? The Chiefs to miss the playoffs, or the Commanders to win the division?
I'm
Which
saying
is more
Chiefs.
likely to happen?
I'm gonna say the Chiefs to miss the playoffs, bro.
That's more likely. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with the Kelsey injury history, anything can happen. But y'all winning the division? I mean, like, come on, bro. The Eagles
All right,
in
bro.
there, man. What are we doing?
Give me Kansas City.
KC. All right. So we coming down to the last couple. We got a Sunday night game. Steelers at Raiders. Who was going first on this one? Bob, go first, right? Steelers at Raiders.
Yeah, man. The Steelers. I mean, Garoppolo. I think he's finding out he ain't in San Francisco no more. Yeah, man. It's and Steelers defense. Y'all seen what they did last week? They legit. Yeah, Steelers.
Still Curry. All right. What you got, Vaughn?
Last week was one of the sloppiest games I've seen Garoppolo play. He never turns the ball over, and he was turning it over. But I like the Raiders winning this one over the Steelers.
Got the Raiders. All right, Stacks. What you got?
Give me the Steelers.
Hey, don't it feel like Devontae Adams is in football purgatory right now?
Right.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, he played good. He had a good game.
Like
This
2
is a
years
quarterback.
ago, people were saying he was the best receiver in the league. Now
Right.
he can't even he can't get the ball.
It happened when you leave a GOAT quarterback like Rodgers, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take the Raiders, and that's not an upset, by the way. That's the Raiders are favored in that game in Vegas.
Ooh,
All right, Eagles at.
look at me.
Go ahead.
You mean to tell me you had this line last week too?
This line. Oh no. I'm just looking at the line. I wrote the
last
lines
week.
down for this one. No, I just had the sheet last week.
Oh, you just had the sheet.
Where my sheet at?
Dang. So you need
Hold
those
on.
those Vegas lines to beat your boy.
No, ain't nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
I write the lines down. The lines come with the games. I just kind of write them down. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They available to the public. All right.
I don't need them.
So, Eagles at Bucks. Philadelphia Eagles. Who we rocking with, Vaughn? Who you got? At Bucks. Both teams undefeated in Tampa Bay. Please take Tampa, everybody. Let's go.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Unfortunately, defense is gonna be too much for Baker.
We got the Birds for one. Stacks, what's up?
It's a
Give me
capital
the Birds.
trash game. I need him.
Give me the birds. Give me the birds.
All right, Birds for another one. I'll take the Eagles. All right, Bob, what's going on?
Yeah, clean sweep the Eagles.
Clean
No
sweep.
one should ever believe in Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man, we still got Baker Mayfield people that don't like him. I mean, he trying to show something with Evans. All right, last game, 2 Monday night games. Rams at Bengals, last game. Rams at Bengals, start us off, Stat.
Goodness.
Rams at 0-2 Bengals. Upstart Rams at 0-2 Bengals.
And the
Oh,
Rams are-
and quarterback, what's the name? Joe Burrow. He may not play. Status up in the air.
status in the air. This on Monday night, right?
Monday night.
We separate the boys from the men. Give me the Bengals, bro.
Bengals. All right. I will take.
And Burrow gonna play.
I can't see them going all three. And I can't see them not playing. I'm gonna take the Bengals too. Go ahead, Bob.
I'm gonna be a renegade on this is because I think they've been a renegade this entire year. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
They have, bro. They've been looking good. I thought they were gonna beat them Niners. All right, Vaughn, what we got?
Think less, play more. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, and the Bengals.
Bengals. All right. That should be a good one. Now, I don't know if we're going to get to the section of the fantasy, but, the Rams have all the fantasy darlings. You know what I'm saying? They got Kyron Williams and they got Puka Nacua. So, those were my people on that. My final remarks for today is, I'm glad we got everything back situated. Bob chilling. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything gets a little bit better with the situation, you know what I'm saying, as far as, the COVID and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But, everything's good, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have all y'all back. You know what I mean? And great show.
Yeah.
Kick it over to Bob. What you got, big dog?
Yeah, bro, man. Like I said, man, I look forward to being able to actually chill for the first time, really watch the game. I might actually fire up the grill this weekend, chill. Vaughn, you're welcome to come over, have some burgers, some drinks, and we can actually enjoy a football game like I haven't even been able to enjoy a actual football game. Week 1, I was in Miami. Week 2, I was getting married. So this week is the first time I actually get to do my football routine. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Definitely. All right, what we got, Vaughn? Close this out, big dog.
Well, absolutely love having football back. We got football tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, college Friday. So I love that aspect. And I am looking forward to another fun-filled weekend watch football.
Let's do it. All right, Stacks, final remark.
Just the FYI, everything that had to do with football this past weekend, I won. You know what I mean? My favorite college team is Florida. They won against Tennessee.
I didn't even know that. But go ahead.
Yeah, my second
They
favorite
struggled
team
to win, but they won.
They won. My second favorite team is the Tar Heels. They played Minnesota. They won.
Right.
My bandwagon team is Colorado. They won. My favorite NFL team, Commanders. They won. I'm in 3 fantasies right now because I got kicked out boot last week in a boot league. So my other 3 fantasy teams, all 3 of them won. They all won. And when it came to our picks, when it came to our picks from last week's show, I won. Hey, listen, I ain't got much to say. I let my
You
game
just said a lot. You
Huh?
just said a lot, by the way.
But listen, I could say more though. I could say more, but I'm not. You know why? Because you can check the tape. I let my game do the talk. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Trey Foe, we out of here.
All right, let's get it. Hey, look, read and react, baby. Anybody else got anything else, man?
All hearts and minds are clear.
I think all hearts and minds are clear. And so from Stack, from Vaughn, from Brown, and from myself, if y'all ain't got nothing else for us, we out. And hope and tune back in next time so you can read and react with us. All right. Good night.